This week on Basketball Wives.
As a mother,
get out of my room.
Don't touch me.
Don't. Bitch, I'll knock you out. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Bitch, let me go. No, you guys.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to we're going to be recapping the new episode of Basketball Wives, Season 12, Episode 11. Let's get right into this. Okay, you guys, this is just one of those episodes that across all of the reality TV shows that I've ever watched, whether it's Housewives, anything, this is one of the most shocking episodes on any reality TV show that I've ever seen that literally left me speechless and just unbelievable. Let's get right into this because we got to talk about this. So they begin the episode with a scene where you can hear Jac'Eil and Chantel fighting. We then see Chantel come back into a room with all the other girls and she says to them, "She swung on me. She swung at me." And of course, here's Evelyn and all of them are like, "What? What happened? What did she do?" But then we go back 12 hours. So we rewind the tape because that's where we're going to end up eventually. But let's rewind the tape 12 hours. So it's day 4 of the Hawaii trip. Everybody's waking up. So today Ming has planned a trip to a nature preserve. This is her last effort to achieve some camaraderie because this entire trip has been hell. So they're all going in on different vehicles. One of them was Brandi, Evelyn, and Ming. And they're talking about Brittany, about how unbearable she is, from her energy to her attitude to her tone. Like, they just can't take it anymore. And Ming says that Brittany is like a pot of boiling water. Just like, they can't stand her. Chantel is in some other car trash talking the woman who gave birth to her. I think that Chantel, without a doubt, is winning the award for worst daughter of the freaking year. Like, no question about it. Anyway, they make it. It looked fun. They go to this cool ranch and then they get into like one of those trucks that are kind of like open, kind of like the ones like when people go in safaris. Hawaii is a beautiful place, so it's really nice to see the beautiful paradise that they're in. Yet here you got the women on their phones. Like, come on, ladies, look out. Look at the nature. And on top of that, no one's really talking to each other. It's like super awkward. But they finally get off at this particular area. Ming tells them that this is their last stay here, and the night before that was very uncomfortable. They're going to separate into groups, the big 3, quote unquote, and Ty. They're going to go ride some ATVs, and the rest of them will go do something else. So the quote unquote big 3 and Ty, they ride those ATVs. It looked like they had some fun. The others were walking around the jungle, and then they go sit by the beach. Ming then says that she can't believe how mad Ty got at her last night. And they're all like, "Well, Ming, you give mixed signals. Like, let's be fair." Evelyn then brings up Brandi's Instagram stories. Because Brandi had been posting stuff throwing shade. Like, one of the things that she posted was, "I'm sitting here watching my coworker do things that everyone else would be fired if they did them." And Brandi's like, "Yeah, that's for Jac'Eil." So Jac'Eil is like, "Listen, I'd rather walk away before we get another situation like we had in Vegas. If somebody wants to talk to me respectfully, I will too. But if I'm being cussed at and disrespected, I'm going to cross the line. I want the best for all of you ladies. That's the bottom line." And then here goes Evelyn. She's like, Do you want the best for Chantel too? Do you? Because all you want to do is deflect. You've been avoiding the truth." I'm sorry, but it's about time Jac'Eil slapped Evelyn, because how dare you question, do you want what's best for Chantel? How freaking dare you, Evelyn? This is her daughter you're talking about. Why would you even ask that? Jac'Eil says, "I will admit my truth. I'm the queen, and I always will be." She's trying to be cool about it. But then here go Evelyn talking about, "Yeah, a queen hoe." And Jac'Eil says, "You're a super hoe." Evelyn says, "Well, I never sold my coochie, but you did for $10. Jac'Eil's like, "You're a whore." Evelyn says, "If you love your husband so much, then why would you treat your daughter like that?" So by the time she made that comment, Jac'Eil, she's got to get up and leave. And I don't blame her, because the way Evelyn was running her mouth, she would have probably ended up in the ocean. And we would have never seen her again. Okay, like, Jac'Eil had to walk out. I get why she's been walking out at these dinners and stuff. But it was funny because when Jac'Eil left, she forgot her phone, so she had to come back and get it. And she's like, love y'all, maybe we can try again at dinner. When Jac'Eil leaves, all four of them are talking about how bad of a mother she is. She don't care about her daughter. She need to go to therapy. Honestly, shame on these women, especially because some of them are mothers themselves and their daughters, so shame on them. Back with the others, they're sitting down after riding their ATVs. Tai is telling the girls that she was really caught off guard with Ming last night because she thought they were very close. Like, they had even talked about having a baby. So, like, how can... And then she says, like, how can you even have a conversation with someone who isn't being truthful or isn't accepting the truth? And then, of course, Chantel's like, I'm trying to figure that out, too. Tai then asks Chantel if she wants to have a one-on-one with Jac'Eil. And Chantel keeps... This is weird. She keeps being adamant that she wants to do this in a group setting. Like, who airs their dirty laundry in public in this manner? It's unbelievable. We then see a scene where, after these activities, Brittany meets up with some Muslim women. I don't know how she found them, but I ain't even going to entertain her with this cosplaying fake ass story. I skipped this because how you gonna sit here in a scene talking about how you change, you're not how you used to be, when you haven't changed? The only difference we see in you is the clothes you wear, or that you were wearing, because I saw somewhere she's back to her old ways. So miss me with that. Okay, so it's a little bit later. It's almost time for dinner, and Chantel and Jac'Eil meet up. Chantel already had this dang on attitude, and the look she was giving Jac'Eil, it looked like she wanted to kill her. As soon as Jac'Eil sits down, which she comes in with a good attitude, she's like, hey, Shaunie, you look good. But Chantel says right away, did you or did you not talk crap about Brandi to me when we were in Vegas? Jac'Eil's like, wait, instead of talking about these other broads, let's talk about us. So Chantel's like, I get to decide what we talk about. You're a coward. I'm not scared of you. I don't have shit you say. Too much. So Jac'Eil leaves. She says she's done because she's not going to sit here getting cussed at, not being able to talk, just being antagonized. And again, I don't blame her. I really do think that Jac'Eil has tried her best, the best that she can, not to fight with her daughter on a national platform that's going to be out there forever. For all of eternity, these scenes will be out there. But Chantel kept going lower. As Jac'Eil is walking away, Chantel says, that's why your husband is going to leave you and your kids don't like you. Jac'Eil's trying to get into the elevator and she's just like, you look childish. And then Chantel, you guys, she begins to chase her like a wacko, saying, go away. Call Douglas on the phone because I'm going to violate you in front of everybody in this effing hotel. Get the F out of here because you know I'm coming for you, you goofy. Wow. Chantel really doesn't know about the fear of God, because the way she out here breaking one of the most important commandments, Chantel, you ought to be careful, because the Bible says that you honor your parents if you want your days to be long in this land. And what you're doing, I'm just really speechless. It's one thing to see a mother and daughter disagree. Okay, maybe they had a little scene where, they talked about they weren't getting along or whatever the case may be. But to see a daughter call her mother all sorts of the B word, the S word, the F bomb, threatening to hit her, I just couldn't believe this. So then it is time for dinner. Evelyn, Ming, Brandi, and Jennifer are the first ones there. Brandi brought Ming some glasses that belonged to her. I think they were in Ty's room or something. And she also returned some ring. When Ty gets out there, she says that she overheard or she saw Chantel and Jac'Eil fighting in the hallway. And I'm really getting pissed off at Brandi once again, talking about, well, here we see again Jac'Eil abandoning her daughter. Brandi, shut up. You ain't in it. So then we see the big three. I'm going to call them the big three losers. They're talking and Chantel's like, oh my God, talking about what happened. She's telling her friends, my mom, always wanted me to be a certain size. I thought I went through mental warfare. She made me clean my room. She says she was raised with fear. Clearly not enough. Brittany is then crying. She's like, this reminds me of my mom. Listen, I've said this many, 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 many times this season. I don't want to take away from Chantel's childhood because, yes, there are some bad parents out in the world, unfortunately. There are some mothers that are abusive, that aren't loving, that traumatize their children. And that is not okay. No one agrees that's okay. But what Chantel is doing now on a national platform is also not okay. And I don't subscribe to the way she's been acting. So, back at the dinner table, Ming says, thank you for getting my glasses, Brandi. And then Brandi's like, what's the ring about? And Ty's like, oh, that's a ring she gave me when we started dating, but I gave it back to her so that, she can give it to the guy she's dating now so he can represent her the way she's representing him. Ouch, damn. Ming is just like, what's all this smoke about? And then Ty's like, because you play games and I'm tired of you playing your games. And then Ming's like, okay, I receive what you're saying. I receive it. Then the three other ones make their way to dinner. They ask Chantel what happened because Ty said she overheard them fighting. Chantel says, well, I needed to parent the parent. She didn't want to hear me out, so I said that's why your husband is going to leave you and your kids don't like you. I respect my dad, and I'm sorry I had to bring him into this, but I'm not going to allow her to paint a picture like everything is perfect when it's not. And then it kills me to see some of these women being like, oh, like, Jac'Eil, are things not good with her and Doug? Why y'all sitting up here acting like y'all don't even have no dang on husbands? Like, what are you talking? Evelyn, you ain't never been able to keep a man. Brandi, your husband notoriously cheated on you with like 300,000 women. Jennifer, you were with a whole ass scammer. Denise, who even are you? Brittany, you are a mess. Ty and Ming, y'all can't even get y'all's relationship in an order. So for y'all to sit here trying to like laugh about Jac'Eil, that is unbelievable to me. Brittany then makes her way to dinner, and as soon as she sits down, she's crying about there's no justification for me to have called Brandi out of her name, but there's also no justification for her to question my spiritual journey. She then goes on this tirade talking about this group is not good, it creates a hunter and a prey, it's low vibrational. She then says to Brandi, I judged you with your situation with your husband. I felt like you were a doormat. But I don't want to be judged, so I don't want you to judge you either. I don't think that anymore. Brandi's like, well, do you think that now? Is that how you feel now? Like, whether or not you want to be judged or not, do you feel that now about me? Brittany says, no, I don't. I don't even know you, so I shouldn't have judged you, and I sincerely apologize. Brandi says, thank you. She's crying about her journey, and she says, I accept your apology. Then Ming, I don't know what she smoked before this or what she was on, but she says, this trip was good. We got a lot of resolution and we've grown. Even Ty in her confessional had to be like, what the hell is Ming talking about? What success? Her and I are worse than ever. Chantel and Jac'Eil are worse than ever. But that was it. They call it a night. Then we see 2 hours later. Chantel goes into Jac'Eil's room. This is all on camera, of course. Ty had told Chantel after dinner that Jac'Eil didn't want to talk to her. So they sit down, and Jac'Eil sits down and she says, I'll try this again. I won't walk out. I'll hear what you want to tell me. What is it that you want to tell me? I give you the floor. But then here goes Chantel talking about, well, we're past that point. I mean, you can never win with this girl. Jac'Eil says, I don't know what happened to get us to this point, but what I really kick myself about is that I should have addressed this way before. But I shouldn't have let it grow this much. But I don't have any issues with you. Then Chantel says to her, well, you shouldn't have any issues with me because I haven't done anything to you. Jac'Eil says, okay, well, that's the problem. You don't think you've done anything to me, and I don't think I've done anything to you. My only point is, we can argue all day long. And then Chantel interrupts her, and she's like, no, that's the thing. I won't be arguing with you. I came here to tell you that going forward, there won't be any going forward. Chantel says, we're done. Jac'Eil says, that's fine. Like, the cameras don't mean anything to me. Prior to the cameras, we didn't have this issue. Chantel says, did we? Were we okay? Did we have a good relationship prior to this? Jac'Eil's like, well, you tell me. Did we? And then Chantel's like, well, that's a rhetorical question. Jac'Eil says, all I know is that I agree to have this conversation for you so that you could clear your name up. Chantel then says, I need to clear my name up? Do you hear yourself? Jac'Eil says, all I want you to know is that I love you. Chantel's like, go ahead, record me so you can show it to Douglas and continue to lie. You're a violent individual. And Jac'Eil says, okay, because at that point, you guys, here goes Chantel going off, just off the rails, just insulting her mom every way possible. So at that point, Jac'Eil's like, I want you to get up and get out of my room. Leave my room. Bye, bye, bye. Good night, sweetie. So Chantel does get up and she's leaving, but she won't shut up. She was already at the door, almost out, but she chooses to come back. She kept calling Jac'Eil, you're stupid, you're effing stupid, look how you look. So Jac'Eil got up because she was sitting at the couch. She gets up so that she can leave. Chantel then takes upon herself to get her hand and push her mother's shoulder. When she did that, Jac'Eil didn't even flinch. She swings back at that girl. But then Chantel comes back with her purse, you guys, and she was getting ready to beat her mother up with that purse. She's swearing and going in her mother. She said, you put your hands on me, and as if she wasn't the one who pushed her first. Luckily, production had gotten a hold of Jac'Eil at this point before Chantel could beat her up, because she was getting ready to do that. They put Jac'Eil in another room. Jac'Eil calls Doug and tells her she's out of control. She just pushed me. She's calling me names. So then Chantel goes with the other girls, and that's the scene that we saw originally at the beginning of the episode, where she's saying to all these dumbass idiot women that are sitting there, she's a monster, she's horrible. And they're all like crying and pretending they have a heart and everything. And of course, no, Chantel didn't mention that she pushed her mother first, that she pushed her. She didn't mention it. Of course not. She has one side of the story. And you know what? And then that was the end of the episode. Listen, you know what, Chantel? You deserve to get hit. The way you've been acting like a disrespectful, demonic girl, cursing your mother left and right in front of these cameras, talking about her with her ops, and then you pushed her? Yeah, she hit you. It was about damn time she did that. All I will say is that this was chaotic. This was unbelievable. Shame on Shaunie Henderson for putting this crap on television. It is disgusting for us to watch this type of drama. I hope it's worth it for Chantel. I hope that in 10 years, however much time goes by, I hope that she looks back, and I hope that it's worth it for her. That she thought it would be okay to come on her mother's platform, disrespect her, hit her, put her in a bad light, and do all the BS that she's doing. Because when the lights go off, when those camera lights go off, yeah, who's gonna be there for you, Chantel? Because it sure ain't gonna be no damn Evelyn. That's what I know for a fact. But you guys, please let me know what your thoughts were about this episode. Were you just as shocked as I was? And what did you make of it? Please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.